My name is Jan. At the moment, I'm working at a runner's agency in Soho. So I just help production companies around London, just doing tasks, helping around the office, helping in any way I can. I got this because using a lot of my work from my first job in film, that was really helpful. It's good at the moment. I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm practicing a lot of skills. It's good to be active, to get involved, always be there right in the middle of things in London. It's always helpful. You're always learning something new when you're doing that. And it's really helpful, and I think it'll help build up my skills to get something more full time. What does an office runner do? You know what they do? Everything and anything. You go in, you'll do 20 things one day, and you'll do 20 different things the other day. It could be standard stuff like making teas, making drinks, going on runs. It could be helping one particular person with certain tasks, like more specifically like research, taking calls, diary management. You're always being tested on different things constantly. And I think that's what makes it quite fun. You're never really bored. You're always doing different things constantly. I've grown to love just the social aspect of it. That's what I've loved the most. Just meeting new people, having conversations when you can, grabbing any little insight is amazing, because you're talking to like veterans basically who've been in the industry for years, and any little pearl of wisdom they can give you can be very valuable, and you kind of just grab onto them as much as you get. So yeah, it's the people that make it most fun, I think. You know, they don't wear kiddie gloves. You'll jump right into things. They expect 100% from you always. No one's really going to hold your hand. You have to do a lot of learning by yourself. That can be really jarring. It can be quite scary. Sometimes you're like, what do I do? What am I doing? As you do it, you get the hang of things. You learn. It's a skill in itself just to quickly adjust. That's a really big skill, just like being thrown into a situation and just being able to calmly navigate through it. And I think that's also very valuable. Probably just a simple Google search. I don't know, literally just type in like film jobs and it was just there, and it was like, wow, this is exactly what I want. At the beginning, I had absolutely nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. It was quite overwhelming, you know, like what do I do? It became really useful over the years. You realize the site has more resources than you think. At first, you tend to just focus on just the jobs page, just go straight to that and apply. But it has a lot of the resources, the career guide, CV and role guide, they're there to be read. Read them. Like the example CVs, the one-to-one calls you can have. I had one with Sam. That was really helpful. I think over time you learn to use the site better. I just looked at it recently, and like the collaboration tab is so cool, and I never really properly looked at it. But now I'm like, I'm probably going to use that in the future because I want to like find people to work with, like especially like script writers. It's really handy because, you know, he was blunt. You know, there's no funny business. It's just straight down to business. What are your problems? How to fix them? How to address them? I wasn't tailoring it enough. You know, it was too scattered. I was just hoping for anything. When you're applying and that person is reading it, they don't want to see scattershot, like unfocused CV and cover letter. They want something precise, something that's answering everything they want, something that's not obvious that it's just, you're just using a template, you're just copying and pasting the company name. It can be really obvious when you do that. He said just to be precise, to find something particular you're looking for, you know, like if you want to go in development, do the research, write that in your cover letter, you're specifically looking for development, not just, oh, I'm looking for a role. That's not enough. You need to be precise. And I think it's just the precision and focus that he told me was the most important thing. My top 3 pieces of advice, they would be networking is just so important. It's really who you know can really take you so far. It's so vital to be social. If you do get an internship, just don't be a wallflower. Just really try and talk to people around you as much as you can. Obviously, don't be distracting, but like, you know, when you're in the kitchen and you just find someone there, talk to them, you know, strike up a relationship. It's so important that you kind of put yourself out there as a human, as a personality. It's so important to make friends. You never know how vital that could be to you down the road. Number 2 really is take any opportunity that comes. I know in the past there were opportunities I had, and I think self-doubt kind of stopped me from saying yes to them, maybe because I just thought I wasn't good enough yet to do it, or was just kind of anxious. And looking back, I wish I kind of backed myself more, because I realized, you know, you could have done this. I think you just didn't have confidence. Be fearless. Like the worst that can happen really is you get rejected. You know, it doesn't matter. You move on. You know, that's life. And especially with the interview stage, like if they've interviewed you, they've looked at your CV and interested in you, then you should believe them. You should believe that you're a worthy candidate, and you should reflect that. Number 3, I think, to skill up as much as you can. Like they really are looking for all-rounders. You know, learn about scripts. If you can, like learn how to use Adobe Creative Cloud, learn how to like do first aid, or learn to drive. Excel, if you know any foreign languages, the more the better. All of these add up. They tip the scales further in your direction.